How's it going, everyone? This is MK Lover. I told you I'd quickly sign on to do my opinion about Mortal Kombat 9. I felt like I had to do a segment about this because a lot of people have been criticizing Outworlddragoon for his opinion on this, and there's a lot more to it than people realize. Now, for example, take Street Fighter. This is what I was talking about in the Dreamcast Fighting Pack video. Take Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, and they're both straight lines. Now, throughout Street Fighter's timeline, it just constantly is straight like this. I mean, constantly going. Nothing changes as far as the fighting style goes, as far as how it just never changes. It's always the same. So just for example, here's the timeline from when Street Fighter 1 first came out all the way up to Street Fighter 4. It's always the same. If you're a master here and you're good at Street Fighter 1, you're going to be the same over here. Now take Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat in the beginning was like this. Now, Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate MK3, Trilogy, it's all the same. You're good at Mortal Kombat 1, you're going to be good at all of them all the way up to 3, Trilogy, and Ultimate MK3. Now, here's where everything changes, because this isn't the whole timeline for Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter, the timeline is over, what, 17, 18 years, 20 years, something like that. Mortal Kombat came out, of course, years later, but it was, it's still old, still, what, 17 years old, something like that. And you take Mortal Kombat's timeline, so here's the beginning, and here's the end, but the difference is it kind of looks more like this, okay? So from here to here is Mortal Kombat 1 to 3. Where it drops down is where Mortal Kombat 4 starts, and then it ends with Mortal Kombat 9 way over here. Now in this section of it is where everyone's getting confused. There's a lot of people out there that are, now please don't take this the wrong way when I say it, but there's a lot of new school players, I like to call them. Not noobs, but new school players. And what that means is that it's a generation of younger kids that basically get introduced to Mortal Kombat through this so-called remake. And what I'm trying to explain is that, for example, if you take something that, if you give a remake of a game to a young player, and you say, here you go, and they only know that game through that new style, with the new graphics and with new everything, and they only hear about the classic games and never played the classic games, well, this is the difference, okay? That new game is going to gain that person's attention because of the fact that that's all they know. They're going to sit there and say that this game is the best. They're going to sit there and say, oh well, the old school games suck because they don't, they never played it, or they don't know much about the history of it. Now, when us old school players come in here and we say, no, you guys don't understand what real MK is. Now, some of this feedback might be coming from players who have indeed been around since Mortal Kombat 1 and have played it and everything else. But let me tell you guys something. You are all entitled to your opinions. I am entitled to my opinions. Outworlddragoon is entitled to his opinion. In our opinion, that's where the true skill is. Mortal Kombat 1 to 3. When it drops off to go to MK4, and then it starts from there all the way to MK9, that's garbage, okay? I have sat here and played and bought and owned every single Mortal Kombat game that has come out, including Special Forces, okay? Including Sub-Zero's Mythologies. Now, every single one of those games, all the way up until MK3, MK Trilogy, MK Ultimate MK3 falls into this category. I have kept and maintained playing all three of these games. MK4 drops off. MK4 is, as you can tell, is in the middle, okay? It's not that bad. But after that point, all the rest of them, I've bought, owned, got rid of all of them. And the reason for that is because it's not Mortal Kombat. Okay? My skills, Outworlddragoon's skills, our skill level, our tournament style skills and level is based into these three games. Okay? That's why we are saying that this is true MK. And all these new kids that are playing Mortal Kombat 9 online, don't get me wrong, don't get Outworlddragoon wrong. It's a great game as far as graphics wise, style, just updating the game in general, okay? But the gameplay style itself, anyone can pick up the controller and play it. Anyone can pick it up and, you know, fight it, which that was the intent. But Ed Boon failed to realize that, yeah, he gave what the MK fans wanted, but he also didn't give the MK fans what they wanted. He went back, the only thing he gave them was he went back to the 2D style of gameplay. He didn't give the high punch, low punch, high kick, low kick. He didn't give the blocks and the runs. He didn't give the basic style of gameplay that we all old school players love to do, basically. And you know, that's kind of unfortunate. But MK9 is basically a pick up and play game, requires no skill, doesn't require anything at all to basically even come close to being called tournament worthy. X-Bandit used to play on X-Band, and he was ranked, I think, what, number 2? If I'm not mistaken, he was ranked number 2 online tournament player for MK3. I unfortunately don't have any documentation as far as my success in tournaments regarding Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat 3, but I do have just my word on saying that I have won a lot of major arcade tournaments in Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. So let me just, you know, for those of you out there who think that this is that we're just saying this for our health, no, we are saying this based on skill level. If you, any of you guys out there who are skill level players at any game, it doesn't have to be Mortal Kombat, any game, a strategy game, anything, you guys understand what we're talking about when we say that, you know, if they take your favorite game and they completely change it around and flip it upside down to where, you know, you were awesome at it and your skill level was there, but yet they take that game, the creators of the game take it and they flip it to now where it's a completely different game to you. After so many years of playing it while you're growing up and being good at it and winning in tournaments, now all of a sudden that same game that you know and love and are awesome at is completely wiped out, and the only thing that exists is the name of the game. So that's the difference, people, okay? Street Fighter is always the same. always will be the same. Okay? They only lack in creating a nice story mode that, like for example, Mortal Kombat 9, how they did the story mode. You play through the storyline, the timeline of Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter can do that. If they add that to what they already have going for them, Street Fighter will be an even bigger success than what it is. Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat in general, succeeded in adding storylines and timelines and stuff like that, but they failed in keeping the controlling of the characters, the buttons, everything the same, keeping the 2D the same. They failed to do that. They tried to do that with Mortal Kombat 9, but they failed. They did everything right except for the button mechanics, for the overheads, for the getting hit and you know, not being punished for, and being punished for, you know, blocking, which blocking it in itself through MK1 and 3 is a privilege and a skill to maintain. So I just want everyone to realize this, that we're not trying to, you know, tell everyone that they're wrong. We're just trying to base our opinion on something that's fact. I just hope that everyone realizes this, and eventually when Mortal Kombat 3 gets the patch, hopefully today sometime, we'll be able to play, and you guys will see what real Mortal Kombat's like, what real fun is like, what real tournament worthy games are like. And you'll see. And just to make one thing clear though, the matches that you people have seen me play with X Bandit without the patch, some of you might be thinking, hey, I'm using an excuse, but I'm not. Yes, I did lose quite a bit of them, and that's because that the way I play, my skill level, my techniques that I do, because the game is so slow, it won't allow me to do that, to perform my moves that I do. But that will change when the patch comes out, and hopefully here in a few hours. Okay, well, I just wanted to give my opinion, and that's that. So, alright, I guess I'll catch you guys when Mortal Kombat patch is out and playing some online gameplay. Alright, folks.